This bag of creeps I'm dealing with, man. Um, uh, most people don't realize they're being raised to be creeps. You know, they think they're doing things to be successful. It's like it's for the devil's money. Okay, you're successful at attracting stupid people to engage in evil activity, and everybody tells you how good you are at it and how proud they are of you. Okay. Um, Hold up, I gotta let this guy outside. Where are you? You've been trying to get out all morning, huh? Come on. There you go. Okay. There's a wasp. He got in and he was buzzing. And I was like, you shouldn't have came up in here. And he was like hitting all the windows going, I know. So fine. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and he didn't go out. And he was flying around and testing them all. Then he finally went towards the door. And so I opened it up and he left. He's like, hey, this place ain't cool. Yeah, they come in thinking, oh, and then they see all there's not a lot, but there's spiders up around the roof, and they go, oh, this place is a death trap. Yeah, it's like the cave on with Sam and Frodo, and this Gollum. And she waits as she eats as all she gets is those orcs and they don't taste too good, do they? So in comes the waspices. The roaches don't taste too good, so they get the waspices. And so you tell the wasp, hey, you get as a death trap. You don't. Oh, I'm out of here. Open the door. Let me out. Let me out, I say. This is a bad place. So you sit there, you look at it, you laugh. It's like, well, yeah, this is a place that constantly has to be refurbished and maintained by economy. It's not a place for a wasp. I'm out of here, man. I'm a marine for bees. Let me out. All right, it's funny. But you have to be intelligent enough to realize that car dealers are part of the mass murder, and they get people killed because it's extortion, exploitation, and people always have to be driving, and people live near where people are constantly driving, and it kills them. So it killed Lori Paulson. That's what, I got my sister sick, and so, and everybody, you're just selfish. I'm not selfish because I want everybody to live good lives. I'm 60 years old, and I've been this way my whole life. And I've never had any of the people that are successful come up and tell me what a good job I'm doing. I've had people that are being murdered and killed telling me thank you. And I tell them all the time, it's the story, I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. And, that I would be dead by now if it wasn't for, people's hopes and prayers that, that the Lord is real and he really cares about us and he'll really help us save ourselves with our prayer. It's like, yeah, it's true. Nothing so because I know, well, because technology works on perfect word commands to do what's right for the machine to do. And I happen to be the source of perfect word commands. And so, God dang, you don't want to be the source of perfect word commands in the 20th and 21st century. It was horrible in the 20th century, and it's worse in the 21st, at least for the first part of it. You won't have to be once this is corrected by all those that came before, working through early bird. You won't have to be perfect in your word commands to control technology because you'll be in control of yourself and you won't be monitored and manipulated by people with technology that are forcing you to do things the way they want them done, and they're wrong. Manipulating people with money is wrong. Having people sign a piece of paper, law, authority, here come people with guns, they will kill you. Here comes a drone, it'll kill you. That's wrong, right? And then when you do stuff fundamentally wrong like that, the child, the hypocrisy, the child, feels they have to kill the hypocrite. And then in doing so, because it's so extreme, they inherit that hypocrisy because they become psychotic. And, the only way for a child not to be psychotic is to be raised by the gracious good shepherd and have him realize that, Okay, life's eternal, grace is infinite. If you keep killing the psychotic to replace the psychotic, you're a psychotic. So you cannot kill people. When I check out and the biker says he's going to sodomize Rodney and I'm going to crack his, crack his trachea on a pipe so he won't do it. Because he's the type of person that will. That's just the way they see it. It's better than Mr. McCall. Because he did it and then he acts like he doesn't want to do it, but he does because he likes being a hero. Me, hey, just live the Lord's Prayer and we won't run into this very much anymore often at all, if ever necessary. There you go. And so I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. So I'm way different than Mr. McCall's character in American History X and all those slobs on TV. Ooh, I'm special, I'm important, put me on Entertainment Tonight. Oh, shut up and stop selling products already. So, I'm a radically different person than all the assholes, that do videos about the origins of human creativity. It's like, send me an 8x10 glossy. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to put a picture of you on my wall. If I want a picture of you on my wall, you'll be one of my grandma's sons, Steffi's or Amy's kids, or my grandparents, or my parents, or my cousin, my Messiah, and my Eyes of Christ from Africa. Or Bigfoot. Everybody likes Bigfoot. Yeah, that's Bigfoot right there. Okay. Right there. Okay. That's a painting of Bigfoot. Okay. That I painted for Noah, and I never got it back to him. And Bigfoot was an anti-bully and a protector. Yeah. Of the bullied. Yeah. I remember when I painted the painting, I thought, this is wrong. It's too big. This guy is too big for the horse. His feet are hanging way down on the thing. It's like, oh, that's Bigfoot, Earl. Oh, he's over 7 feet tall. Yeah. That's when he was young. The only picture I ever saw of Bigfoot was when he was dead at Wounded Knee. When cowards killed him for trying to calm them down so they wouldn't kill the women and children. He knew the young bucks were causing things, but they were, it's one of those things, it's a good day to die. And they don't know what that means, Then go do it your own damn self, but leave the children and the women out of it. Oh, Bigfoot's a good guy. He's better than most of you bastards. You'll go sell cars and insurance and won't even think twice about it. How about the freeway causes cancer and kills the women and children? Because you're acting like an ass instead of a man. You're nothing like Bigfoot. You're nothing like Bigfoot. I didn't paint a picture of you and put it on my wall. All right. And it's right next to the little Noah Channing Parsons thingy that, Barbara knitted. And there's Emily's right there. And there's a picture of their mommy when she was little, and trying to be innocent, but the military wasn't having it. Yeah. There's a lot of pervert scientists in the military to maintain the status quo for the military to be necessary to enforce economics. Well, the dog could figure it out. The police shouldn't want to be the police. Really, Plato? Do you know Mickey Mouse's dog is gay? Or, it's Plato. Okay, this is Pluto. Pluto's not gay. You never see him with a girl. That's true. Well, he's been fixed. He's been spayed or neutered. Oh, he's spaded. That's it. Neuter's a girl, spayed is a boy, right? Okay, leave Pluto out of this. Leave him alone. He's a good dog. He's an old dog. He's been alive forever. Yeah, he wrote the very first song. No, that's Barry Manilow. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm funny. I can't help myself. I got work to do today. I got to get out there. We're as soon as we finish this and get it loaded up there, we got to go fill up the tire on the wheelbarrow and clean out all the big fat leaves and dirt out of the front yard. and then in the patio and haul them off to the burn pit. And then we got to take the Chevy around and take all the big sticks and the pitchfork and load them up into the pickup truck and then take them over to the burn pit and then get them all out of the way. And then maybe do a little work on the horseshoe pits and then shave up my head and shave the rest of the body and stuff and most of the rest of the body, and then do some laundry and soak in the tub and relax and enjoy the rest of the day. Then what? Try to get up and do some more laundry and play some basketball and do the same thing tomorrow. Got some basketball games to watch. Well, I'm pretty sure that the Eastern, I think it's Angelo State they're playing, I think. Game is going to be on tomorrow. I knew it. I told Dad, I said it wasn't on the thing, but I have this strange feeling that Eastern versus Permian is going to be on TV. And it was, and I watched it last night. And the Hounds, Doc was saying that before they cut him off, he said, I was telling everybody after that loss, this game, they're gonna come snorting fire, and he was right. Yeah, it was 101-75. Yeah, everybody got in the game. Everybody scored. It was kind of neat. The kiddo from the kiddo on the bench, he took it to him too. Yeah, he didn't try to make it like a 3-point jump shot or whatever and stuff like that. He drove to the hoop and he put it up, and he probably should have got an and one. He got fouled and he still made it. Yeah, he put it up. He wasn't farting around with it. He was going to go get his hoop. I was proud of him. I was like, look, he's going to go get his basket. Kobe gave him the ball and said, go on. And he took it and backed down and then went up and was on a double team and scored. Yeah. Yeah, he can be proud of that basket. He scored it. They were trying to stop him. They had two guys guarding him, and he put it in. So and he took it. He put his butt down and drove. Yeah, he did. He did. He did a good job. He used his coaching. He went after it. Yeah, he didn't back down, and he didn't. He got his. And like I said, the refs were being nice because the game was almost over. They could have called an and one because, and he still muscled it in. So it's pretty cool. Kids played pretty nice. I'm a coach on the, Sonogo. I think he should go up with a little bit more, not, he's a nice kid, but not aggression, but I guess assertiveness to put the ball in, like Akeem. Akeem came that way first, and just go in and just slam it. Go in and put it down. You ain't gonna hurt nobody, and you're in close enough proximity. But just put your arm down in there and just reach in, and not to be aggressive or abusive, but just slam it. He by nature is not an aggressive or abusive person. You can see it in his actions. It's kind of neat. I like to see that in kids. Mika Tegerman's kind of that way too. Jose's that way too. He's not by nature an aggressive or mean person. He just is worked. He's worked really hard at his game, and he's got. It's like I said. It's unorthodox, but he's very smooth. He's fun. He's fun to watch play basketball. Yeah. Mario. Yeah, he's a fun basketball player. He's he is. He's a good little basketball player. He's fun to watch. If I don't have this whorehouse cleaned up by the end of the fucking year, by end of the day, fuck the end of the year. By the end of the day, they'll probably have things about playing professionally in Mexico. But, with all the mess and all the bullshit that goes there, I'm sure, the soul that provides life to little Jose Murillo is probably hoping that Earl cleans up this fucker by the end of the day. Right? Clean up this mess by the end of the day. I'm working on it. All right. That's too funny. But it's true. There's nothing so because I know. All right. Yeah. I think everybody, as I tell my nephew, Jordan, the like Suzuki and me talked that the soul listens greater than the mind. That if you quiet the mind and you listen with the essence, the infinite essence to your real eternity, that you'll want that chemtrail from that airplane to be put down because economics isn't real, but the laws that provide the beauty of your life with your wife and your children is. Basketball is always better with the Lord's Prayer as the foundation of it. And if you don't believe that, you have no idea what the swordsman of Japan is like, what Confucius is really like, what Christ is really like, what the Rose of Mecca is really like, who Juan Diego was talking to in prayer, right? You have no idea how perfect these men's faith is, and how perfect Esther and Ruth were attempting to reflect it to the best of their ability to get men to control themselves instead of act like bitches. How beautiful Khadijah was in standing up for and recognizing the perfection of the love of Abraham through Muhammad. You just guys, I don't. Most of you guys don't understand what love is because you're so far from it because of your mind. Don't listen to the mind; it's full of shit. Okay, that's why Judah Krishnamurti, it's important to meditate. It was hard to do. It's still hard to do. They use apps to try to sleep because of the programming. But if you come here and you watch and you listen and you focus, So Earl really is the guy who's like Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, and this is what we're like. Job, I have, the chemical poisoning from the military trying to get me to go to the doctor and just kill me. And I said, I joked about it and said, you little bastard sitting there poisoning me to death and getting a job off of it so you can go on a fucking cruise to Hawaii and watch all the locals be kicked out to Nevada. Parumph. Just kidding around, but no, I'm not that obnoxious. I just try to talk everybody into standing up for a Lord's Prayer. That's what I do. Yeah, no matter where I go, when I go get my tooth taken care of and stuff, what happens, they repay me by trying to use my information to do a credit scam. Wow. Welcome to Las Cruces, right? Yeah, I don't know who did it. You can't sit there and assume that it was the person on the computer when you were there, because other people have access to the computers. It could be the janitor. It could be one of the dentists, making it look like one of the employees did it, like Ron Ortiz did with me at GameStop in Santa Fe. Holy shit, yeah. That's why you need constant surveillance to make sure all the money is safe with all the money makers. That's stupid. I know, it's about as stupid as watching cameras all day to see if there's a wildfire with a computer instead of doing prescribed berms, forgiving for debt and trespass, and restoring the ecosystem through rational, sane activity. See, what happens is when the Feynmans of the world that invent the surveillance equipment to create the conditions for us to be gods. That's sarcasm. They have to find ways to, take their technology and make it into good technology. It's like, well, that'll happen once we're living the Lord's Prayer, but not 1 second or 1 second before. You can't replace me with your virtual presence of protection with money, dumbass. I'm stupid as fuck. I know. Okay. There's a butterfly. So, I ain't stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. Last night, I didn't get to sleep. I've been sleeping pretty tolerable. The dreams are still stupid as fuck, but what I expect. I live in the middle of military mindfuck central, so I just kind of, okay. It's like watching TV 24/7. That's what it's like. So you don't watch it during the day? Depending on, I do watch it during the day just to see, just get a good idea of what my dreams are going to be like. So I can sit there and go, dum, da, 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 boom, 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 da, 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 boom, 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 boom. Earl, you're funny. I know, man. I can't help it. Hey, you want to buy something off of my TV show? I need more money for sex in my dreams. They're stupid. Yeah, yeah. Jesus told me that. Be as selfish, as stupid as you can possibly be, and then keep going. It's like, you can't do that. He's like, they're going to try. And just like Rockefeller told you, Earl. Thanks, Jesus. Thanks a lot. Rockefeller can't do it. Earl, I can't get people to live the Lord's Prayer worldwide. Year one, you can't do it now. What makes you think David Rockefeller can get all the assholes that he employed to keep his money great with all his technology to stop doing what they're doing? Okay, I have to do it. Right, okay. And through you, yeah, and others like me. Okay, it's not just us. We're just the focal point. You understand? Me and Jesus are the focal point, but it's not just us. You can't. Me and Jesus aren't going to swoop in and take credit for what Confucius did in his life. We're not going to take credit for what Muhammad did in Medina and Mecca because we didn't do it. He did it. I'm not going to take credit for what Moses did. Moses did it. I'm not going to take credit for what David did. David did it. That's all you guys. And then Jesus did it all. Jesus did it all. How come he didn't fix it when his ass was here? Oh, Jesus, you're a real fuck up. You can save Moses in the desert. You can save David from the Philistines, but you can't save yourself from the Romans? Boy, you're so totally inadequate. No, he had to do that to save you from yourself. How can Jesus save you from yourself when you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer of me? Boom, ba-da-boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-da-boom, boom, ba-doom. Sell me something, buy me something. Hey, money's real. No, it's not. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Okay, he gave you perfect words to live. You just refuse to do them because you think you do it in a magic place with a cartoon character that Constantine and Jerome invented in your head to try to replace people like me with your ego. The soul listens better than the mind. Stop listening to the mind. It's been raped and it's full of shit. It's going to try to attack Earl when he gets out of the shower. Justify trying to gouge his eyes out with your thumbs and then go for his arteries in his neck. He's going to be over you naked and he's going to apologize and say, look at me, don't look there. And then you're going to try to rip his testicle off. What happened? I'm a physical scientist from the Pentagon. In your head. Okay. Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. I don't know if Patrick's mom even knew she did that. She probably tells Patrick I'm a liar. Okay. Tell that to my testicle. It's horrible. Yeah. No, Patrick knows because she does the same thing with him. You know, she will go into PTSD and go off and he'll settle the situation and she won't even remember it. And you'll bring it up and no, I didn't do that. Or, okay. She didn't do that, right? So, when people go through that kind of brain injury and they have that kind of brain injury and that's bad, that's something that could literally cause them problems when they get older, like Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that. So they don't remember, okay? My dad remembers all his traumatic things. That's why he talks to Jesus all day and every day. Doesn't listen real good? Well, if he listens real good, it'll be more traumatic injury, and he doesn't want to do that. And I understand him, so I don't hate my father the way Rockefeller thinks I should hate my father. Okay. Oh, God, there's not a bastard in the Mormon church who has the right to judge my father. Rockefeller can't stand any of them. They're all fucking assholes. They'll all gladly sell root beer floats to be a millionaire rather than stand up for you as a living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer because you sleep with black women that are lesbians and bisexual. It wasn't my fault. It was their fault that they'd let me go where I wanted to go. I'd probably be having sex with what they refer to as a Latina woman who's heterosexual, but they'd probably have her killed in a traffic accident to try to get me to join their team. Because it was a liberal, it was a Mexican immigrant that was drunk that did it, right? That's how these assholes are. They can invent any kind of situation to cause a traumatic experience in your life. That Amy Cruz Santos, trying to sleep with her to get his green card. I wanted to sign off on Natalie's birth certificate so he could get his nationalization. Okay? They know what they're doing when they put their pants on in this morning. Condoms are mandatory if you're going to work for Homeland Security, DARPA, the NSA, FBI, and NASA. Now tell the girl how horrible you feel about all the shit you've done. Then if you told her too much, go back and kill her and make it look like an accident. Make it look like it was a home invasion from illegal immigrant drug dealers. In your head, zombie. Yeah, you guys are just like the people that got all the people killed at Wounded Knee. It's a good day to die because they got ego problems. You don't think that Bigfoot knew why he was the first to die that day? That the ego problem macho maniac dumb shits in his camp were just as big of a problem as the militia that showed up? You think he blamed all the white people for the assholes in his camp? Bigfoot was in that camp. Was he an asshole? No. Did the white people turn him into an asshole? No. Okay. So who turns you into an asshole? You do. Okay. Go to a film festival, wear a little scarf, look all nice, have Morgan Freeman show up and have everybody tell you how great you are at selling products on TV with Tyler Sheridan. God damn, I'm an asshole. I know. Why didn't Richard Burton explain this to you? Because he was an asshole too. Shit. Okay. I got to get to work. So my 25 minutes is up that I give myself here, and I got to get to work in the yard and clean it up. So, I love you, but if you keep on doing this shit for money, fuck off. And, if you can enjoy sealing your pages in hell today, try your best to do it. But if you can't, stand up for a Lord's Prayer. You ain't going to stand up for a Lord's Prayer. Well, then you're going to try your best to do it then. You rotten little bastards. Okay.